Let's just talk about Amethi then, because that is the other key constituency that voted today. And Shahid Siddiqui, we saw Rahul Gandhi going into his constituency for the first time in 10 years. He went there during general elections in 2004. He didn't do it the last time, but today he was there. Does that indicate that he's a little nervous this time round?
Of course he is nervous. Of course the whole family is nervous. For the first time, the family is being challenged in its own bastion, and challenge is coming from various sources, and the things change after my feeling is, and my information is that things change after Mr. Narendra Modi's meeting, rally, and vote has now polarized towards BJP in Amethi. So it's now between Congress and BJP. I still believe that Rahul will get through, but the margin will be much less. It's a real contest for the first time. In the past, the BSP and SP have been giving a walkover to the family, and as a result, they never really had to work for it. They never had to work for the votes.
I heard Rahul Gandhi's bite on another news channel today, and I'll take this to Pawan Verma first before I take it to Sanjay Jha, where he said that I don't have a challenger in Amethi. Now, is that a problem where he's not even too willing to acknowledge that yes,
arrogance.
There is a challenge, and yes, exactly, arrogance, and this time it's a good tough fight, and I'm confident I'll win. What does that tell you about him, Mr. Verma?
No, Nidhi, candidates often say there is no challenge, I'm going to win. But the important point, Nidhi, is that in a democracy, there are no pocket boroughs.
But this has
there
been
are
one.
No constituencies. No, there are no constituencies, and if it has been one, it is right to have it challenged. No constitution, no constituency is sacrosanct from challenge.
But that has been the case
to challenge
for last 60 years.
And if this is happening this time, I'm glad that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has gone there to his constituency. Whether he is nervous or not is another matter. But that era when privileged candidates believe that constituencies are their pocket borough must be over, and that applies to all political leaders and parties.
But so what is the point, Mr. Verma? If Mr. Rahul Gandhi goes on the date of polling, does that demonstrate any great feature? The fact that Amethi has been kept backward all these years and no development taking place in the constituency.
It reflects that he's maybe a little nervous this time, more than a little nervous.
Of course,
so
Sanjay Jha, frightened would be the case.
Sanjay Jha, is this a message in a sense about the politics of privilege? I mean, would the Congress at least be willing to concede that this election has got them feedback and has taught them that you cannot take the electorate for granted, even if you are a Gandhi?
Oh, let me tell you, Nidhi, I think the Congress party has fought this election, not just in Amethi or Rai Bareli. Obviously, these are high-profile constituencies, so they draw a lot of media attention. But in every place, not just in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, you'll see the results from Bihar as well. Everywhere, we have contested and fought tooth and nail. As far as Amethi is concerned, let me tell you, if you just go by BJP's past track record, they haven't even crossed 4.5% by 5% of the popular vote. Mr. Gandhi got 70% of the vote last time. But forget all that. You look at the developmental work that has happened.
Tremendous.
It's all right for Smriti Irani to make those points about electricity in Amethi, etc. I have also, 1 minute, Pinky, I don't know why do you interrupt so often. I'm saying I have also been to Amethi. I can promise you that there has been excellent work. I can read out a laundry list of achievements on highways, the food parks, educational institutions, women's empowerment. But I will tell you this for a fact, that this was being utilized. The reason why Mr. Modi went to Amethi, I think he's fully aware that, it's Mr. Gandhi's win, I think, is a foregone conclusion. I can also tell you it will be a huge margin.
I think you should think
I'm not going to be
again.
arrogant here, but it's going to be a huge margin. But I will make one point to you, that, this was Mr. Modi's attempt to somehow keep himself visible. You see, it attracts media attention. The Eastern Uttar Pradesh is going to elections. So he wants to appear like a man who's a big challenger. The truth is, let me tell you, let me tell you, if he's so confident, why is the BJP so anxious about the speech not being allowed in Varanasi tomorrow?
He didn't go in the last election. Why did he go today? He didn't go in the last general election.
Well,
why did he go today?
Let me tell you why. Because we have serious apprehensions that given the fact that Mr. Modi and the whole ilk have been going to town saying that, you know, we are going to sweep the countryside. You heard Mr.
So you
Modi's
are worried,
comments
Sanjay, you
today.
admit that.
We have to make sure. We have to make sure that the BJP goons are not going around trying to disturb the whole atmosphere of voting that the people are used to in Amethi. So let me tell you, no, we don't have faith in the BJP goons. We don't have faith in the way the BJP actually tries to intimidate people. And as you can see here, Mr. Modi himself is a champion of intimidation. What can you expect from their workers?
Sanjay Jha, I mean, honestly, to say that Rahul Gandhi went to his constituency on polling day to look at BJP goons is a bit of a stretch. You know, it's his constituency. He should have been there anyway. But the point is that, you know, actually, you know, when you look, what Mr. Modi pointed out correctly in his rally is that how much has Rahul Gandhi even spoken on for his constituency in Parliament? He hasn't even spoken in Parliament.
Never.
Except two. I remember one occasion. I don't remember the second. I do remember one on the Lokpal. No. But there is this perception this time, whether you like it or not, Sanjay Jha, that it's not going to be a home run. It's a tough contest. Why is that so hard to admit? That it is a tougher contest. Oh, you say you'll win. Of course, you'll say you'll win. Say that.
What about the Kalavatis of Gujarat?
Admit that it's a tougher contest this time.
Nidhi, it's a matter of 9 days. You will get to know the verdict of the people of Amethi. I think I'm just going to tell everybody, hold their breath. The bigger point that I want to make here is that when you have an MP, and you know, we can go on and on about it, but the truth is Mr. Gandhi has visited Amethi innumerable times. I've been on TV channel discussions with you where you have asked me as to why Mr. Rahul Gandhi visits Amethi so often and not to the rest of India. So I think let's not backtrack on this.
I think the
truth is that there is a lot. I remember a lot of TV channels saying that Mr. Gandhi should be making more trips to the other parts of India.
I don't remember.
So let me make a simple point here.
Let
me make a simple point here. There's no need to make any guesstimation.
No, Nidhi is denying.
9 days worth of
Nidhi said so. She said
I'm saying what is so hard in admitting that this is a tough fight, that this is a good, you know, it's a good challenging fight.
Pawan Verma, not accept it.
Yeah, Pawan Verma.
They take Amethi for granted.
No, but you know, Pawan Verma, my point is that, you know, like you said, of course everybody says we're going to win. I mean, someone on this channel said the other day, of course we'll get 300 seats UPA, you know, so people say these things. But the point is, why is it so hard to admit that yes, this is a good fight that I'm fighting this time?
Look, Nidhi, we are 60 years into democracy. If an MP visits his constituency, is this a matter of debate?
Yes.
The people demand it.
Exactly.
He must visit the constituency. And his performance is accountable, it can be scrutinized and interrogated. That is the ethics of democracy. So what's so special if Mr. Rahul Gandhi did or did not visit the constituency? That is
so is that looking after a constituency if he goes on the polling date for the first time?
Listen, there are some people who talk.
I'm coming to that point.
There are some people who do.
Please just
I think it's action on the ground that matters.
No, please.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing. If, for instance, in a democracy, there is a greater contest. There is a greater contest to a constituency which has remained with one candidate for several elections. What is wrong with it? Why don't you accept it? It's part of the democratic turf. I began by saying there are no pocket boroughs.
Okay. Jainaran Vyas wanted to come in. Yes, Mr. Vyas.
Well, Nidhi, I had only two small points. You know, there are two contradictory mentions made, one by Mr. Pawan Verma and one by my learned friend Sanjay. He says that Rahul Gandhi had to rush to Amethi to prevent BJP goons from terrorizing the voters. I think what a funny statement. And he gets nervous on seeing even a faded out lotus drawn by some primary school child on the blackboard, and he makes a fuss out of it. Now, Sanjay, let's be very clear about it. Rahul Gandhi
that is an ideal example of how you were trying to influence the voters. You yourself established how the BJP was trying to influence voters.
To prevent anti-social elements. I mean, you have enough. You have enough in Amethi. You have enough in Amethi, Sanjay. You don't have to do that. And the second thing is, why don't you say, and Mr. Pawan Verma, yes, one is accountable, but here is a member of parliament from Amethi who holds a record in the last UPA term to having attended the parliament in the minimum number of days. and having interventions made also for the minimum number of times.
But you know, having said all that,
he should be accountable
Nidhi,
for
one
that.
quick point. The voting has already happened in Amethi.
Yes.
It's a matter of 9 days. Why? There's no sense in this confabulation at all. The voting has happened. You'll get to know in 9 days. There's no need to waste your time, Mr. Vyas, in terms of what Mr. Gandhi raised in Parliament or not. The groundwork has been fantastic.
Not he
It's
raised,
going to be a
he didn't
historic
raise.
margin in Amethi.
No.
Please
He
say
not
that.
he raised, he didn't raise it again.
I tell
That
you,
is
he
important for the
did
people
not
of
raise-
the
He did not raise anything. He has a record.
That's right.
He holds
What
a
he raised.
fantastic record of not having done anything in the
But
parliament.
you know,
The voting
despite
is
that,
done and
you know,
see the
Shahid
result.
Siddiqui made an
No,
interesting point that
that's
you
how
still
7
believe
national
One
highways
second,
have happened,
that
is
he
it?
will pull
That's
through.
how railways have happened, is it?
He will pull. You think he will pull
Come
through,
on.
but
Come
with
on,
a
Mr.
much
Vyas,
lower
you have
margin.
no idea.
Gentlemen, one moment, Shahid Siddiqui.
Yes, I think he will pull through because his margin has always been very large, and there is no, in Amethi at least, there is no anti-Congress wave. In order to defeat in Amethi and Raebareli, I remember 1977, and I went there when Mrs. Gandhi and Sanjay Gandhi were defeated there, and I went there to see what was happening. There has to be an anti-wave against the family and against the Congress. So there may be a Modi wave, but that is contested, but there is no anti-family wave or anti-Congress wave. Therefore, I don't think they will be defeated in both these constituencies. They will pull through.
Mr. Siddiqui, I'll just disagree with you on one point in particular, to say that there's no anti-Congress wave. If you say there's no anti-Congress wave in Amethi,
In fact, Amethi and Raebareli,
if you're
I'm
limiting it to
talking
that,
about two constituencies.
if you're talking about that, maybe
Unlimited
it
sense.
can go somewhere there. But the question is, even the people of Amethi and Raebareli have suddenly woken up to this realization that this is not the bastion
That's not
which is
strong enough. The wave is not strong enough.
Possibly we'll see that in the due course
But
of
at least
time.
someone is
But
challenging
at
that.
least somebody
The
has
challenge is
challenged
there.
it for the first time to say,
Yes, challenge is there.
you the Gandhis are not the holders of this fortunes in the cities of
I started with
Amethi
that.
and Raebareli.
I think-
That is what is
I
significant.
think that's a fair point, that whether Rahul Gandhi wins or loses Amethi, the point is someone has put up a challenge, and a serious challenge this time, and that perhaps this is a wake-up call, Sanjay Jha, whether you admit it or not, for the party and for the family, especially when you look at what the overall tally will be at the end of this election, about the road ahead.
I
But
want to
before
make
you,
one point.
yeah,
I want to
last
make one point
yeah.
that they have been winning these seats with the help of the party in power in
Nidhi, let me
Uttar
respond
Pradesh,
to
with
you
especially Samajwadi Party. Why can't they make Samajwadi Party or BSP government work for Amethi and Raebareli? Because every time people say there are no roads, no electricity, no development, they say because we don't have a government there. But you can have understanding with Samajwadi Party for not putting up the candidates. Why can't you have understanding for the growth and development of Amethi and Raebareli, which is shameful? And out of 60 years, you have done nothing for the real growth of the area.
All I want to tell you is
Okay, Sanjay Jha, only Sanjay Jha,
enjoyed
yeah.
by
Nidhi, I don't hold Samajwadi Party
Nidhi, all I want to tell you is that the goodwill.
Okay, Mr. Vyas,
I don't hold Samajwadi Party
enjoyed.
entirely responsible because Mr. Mulayam
Nidhi,
Singh said few days
Nidhi,
back that he did not receive even a single letter asking for anything to be done.
But that's the point I think that Shahid Siddiqui is making.
On television.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the
Sanjay
point I'm
Jha,
making.
last quick word, yes.
Yeah, Nidhi, very quickly, the goodwill enjoyed by Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Amethi has happened on account of good work, on account of performance. You don't live in history. In today's times, everybody knows the voters expect, and we have to deliver. And you have to look at it. It's all up there on the website. But now that the elections are over, I can tell you once again that this is going to be a historic win. There may have been a political fight. In a democracy, everybody is free to contest. But the truth is that in Amethi is going to be a resounding win, and you see the margins that turn up on May 16.
Okay.
It's a matter of few days.
The voters of Amethi have woken up.